Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bill Levinson, Managing Partner with Levinson and Associates. And with me today, we have the Joseph Lochran, our Marketing Vice President, and then our special guest speaker who's going to take a deep dive into our exclusive IUL sales platform. Tyler's here to join us as our guest speaker. Joe, if we could mute all lines, that would be great. So we do have a record number of attendees, so I appreciate that. That means the world to us. And what even is more important to us is if you know any other agents and you can share the great information and spread the word about our webinars, about the agency, and obviously this will also help yourself in building your own downline so that agent can have full access to all of the tools we're going over today, the whole iGenius platform, and you can sit back and make a few points on an override. So just keep that in the back of your mind as we're going throughout the training here. Okay, so you know, it's so important, okay? Well, first of all, before I even dive in there, I want to let everybody know me and Joe are going to speak for about 5 to 7 minutes here, and then Tyler will take the wheel and dive into the platform and show you everything that you need to know. When Tyler is done, me and Joe will take the wheel over at that point, go over some closing comments and show you some neat things and obviously how to access the software for free at no charge. And then we'll close out the call. During the training, please feel free. If you have any questions, comments, good, bad, and different, we want to hear from you. So there's a little question box in the bottom right corner. You can type in questions. Joe will do his best to answer as we proceed. Or feel free to call anytime, okay? Any one of our marketers, they're all very comfortable with the IUL software. We can even run examples for you if you have a particular case. So please don't hesitate to pick up the phone. We're here to help you. And if you don't succeed, obviously we don't make it. So we know how that works. Okay. And, you know, I'm going to just talk about a couple things off script here. You know, here we are, 2019, second week. It's our first full week in the new year. And, you know, the phones are nonstop. Emails are coming in by the bucket. We're all very, very busy, you know, and as we're thinking about this, you know, I scratch my head and I say, how come 6 months in, you know, summertime or the end of the year, right? The last quarter of every year, why isn't the energy and the motivation and the effort, why isn't it the same, right? Why does everybody come out of the hole so strong and they want to change the world and everything is wonderful? And then 3 months later, it's like we're all back to the same thing that we did the prior year. So I think we all need to learn a little lesson from this, and let's write down our goals, you know, if it's personal, insurance related, whatever it is, but try to keep that momentum throughout the year, right? I mean, the way we are in the first week of January should be the way we are the last week of December. There should be no difference. And so we had trainings internally on this exact topic, but I think we all need to raise an eye to this and try to maintain or even grow this energy throughout the whole year. There's no reason why we shouldn't. We all want to grow our businesses, right, in one way or another, on a personal level and obviously on the business level. So important. And as we move throughout the year, we just saw a notice actually on Friday, Sears and Kmart filing for bankruptcy. Now, when I see and hear that, it's horrible to see that, because growing up, I mean, all we knew was Sears and Kmart. There was no Amazon. But it also makes me scratch my head and say, what did Sears and Kmart not do to innovate and grow and move forward? Why are they in this position? When Sears and Kmart were in its heyday, no one knew what Amazon was, right? And then so here they come along and take over retail sales. Why couldn't Sears and Kmart do this, right? Why couldn't they innovate and have created this online shopping platform? Well, the truth is they did, but it was too late. Okay, they got real comfortable. It's the same story. I don't know if you ever heard me talk about the Yamaha and the Kawasaki jet ski story, how, Kawasaki was the first stand-up jet ski and they own the entire industry. Okay, Yamaha comes along 15 years later, they survey all the owners, and everybody said, we love jet skis, right? But we want to sit down sometimes because it's more comfortable. Standing up beats the crap out of you. So we want to sit down. So Yamaha answered the survey and came out with the first sit-down jet ski, okay? Well, what happened? Well, the same thing that just happened to Sears and Kmart happened to Kawasaki. Yamaha took over the industry. In fact, 9 out of 10 jet skis are now Yamaha sit-down wave runners. So Kawasaki was late to the game, just like Sears and Kmart. The point behind all of this is let's be the Amazon. Let's be the Uber of the insurance industry, and always think ahead and put in whatever effort is needed to grow and innovate. And this is rule of thumb. And for us in this business, and it's crazy because we're an IMO, obviously a little different than retail. In fact, we don't sell any insurance whatsoever. It's a conflict of interest. But we're at a higher level, like the pyramid. If you look at the pyramid, it's us and the carrier at the top. The agents are at the bottom selling to prospects. Right? So it's very different in the fact that our customers is you, the agent, and your customer is the prospect, but it's also very similar in the way that the carriers are marketing to us, the IMO, and we market to you, the agencies and agents. So if you always look at the level above you, okay, and watch what they're doing, you can learn so much because you should be doing the same exact thing. Okay, obviously pivot a little bit because you're going after the prospect. We're going after the agent. The carrier's going after the IMO. But at the end of the day, we're doing the same thing. We're trying to get our message in front of as most people as possible. Okay, so you can learn a lot by watching us. You don't have to listen, but watch what we do. This company was built seriously by email blasting and getting our name out. We started with 100 agents. Okay, literally 100 agents, 1972. Today, we have almost 16,000 across the country. And it's mainly because of the decision to start a $5,000 website almost 20 years ago, which my father was very against. But the point is, we innovated, we took a chance, we e-blasted when no one else did. You should be doing the same exact thing and scratching your head and saying, what's next, right? Because you have to think forward. So anyway, what the whole point of the story is how we can innovate. We always have to make sure that we're coming out with new tools and sales platforms to help our agents get their message out, right? And you should be doing the same thing for your prospects, always getting your name out, branding, marketing, emailing, calling. Every single day, you have to be doing something to spread the word, right? In South Florida, if I was an insurance agent in South Florida, I would make sure that when it came to life insurance or annuities or long-term care, everyone knew that Bill Levinson was their go-to guy for any kind of life insurance sales, right? You should be thinking the same way. And here's a great rule of thumb. I know I got a little sidetracked here, but anything that we do, okay, if it's an article, we were just written up in Insurance Newsnet magazine, we made the cover and we got voted the fastest growing IMO in 2017. As soon as you put an article together, someone writes an article about you or someone gives you a great testimonial, write this down. You need to think, get that testimonial out on your website. There's 4 legs coming out. Website, number 1. Social media, number 2. Now, social media obviously has a few prongs coming out, but you need to always think, okay, somebody wrote a good testimonial about Bill Levinson's great service. Get it out on the website. 1, social media. 2, I need to e-blast. 3, I need to take a quick video with my spouse about the great testimonial. Number 4. So Think about that. Everything that you do, if it's a positive quote, a statement, a new product, an article, a blog that you wrote, a 1-minute video that you record tonight with your spouse about why IUL is so great for retirement, think about the 4 legs, okay? Website, social media, e-blast, video. That simple, okay? And video obviously means posted on YouTube, which is free, but this is the way you're going to drive traffic and help brand yourself. It's so, so important. I can't stress it enough. Something good comes out about you, 4-leg approach, that simple. We've been doing this for 20 years. Obviously, the proof is in the pudding, so it works. Watch what we do. Find your niche, okay? We had a great meeting yesterday. One of our agents is working on a huge opportunity, okay? I can't fill you in with details, but if you think about, mortgage protection insurance, final expense insurance, okay, think about, is there a real final expense product? Is there a real mortgage protection product? The answer is no. What is mortgage protection? It's a term level guaranteed product. It's a term. That's it. 20-year term, 30-year term, done. How is that tied to a mortgage? The truth is, it's really not. Yes, it's fun as if the owner dies, the spouse can receive the house free and clear. Okay, final expense. There's no final expense product. It's just whole life. Okay, but it's a marketing spin. So we all need to be thinking the same way. If you want to go after everyone in the medical field, great. If you want to focus on marijuana users, cigar users, cigarette smokers, and that's going to be your niche, you can be known as the tobacco go-to for life insurance because you can get them non-smoker rates. Obviously, you're partnering with Levinson, and we have all of the products that fit into that little umbrella. But the point is, find your niche and then run with it and hit your 4-leg approach. Again, you write a great blog on how marijuana users can get non-tobacco rates, right? You write a 2-paragraph blog, right away, 4 legs, website, social media, e-blast, video, which also is YouTube. So that simple, the stuff works, okay? Some of the don'ts, and I'll just run for another 30 seconds here. Those are all do's. Some of the don'ts you need to raise an eye to, okay? We're getting a lot of calls. Oh, this agency offers 172% commission. I need you guys to do the same. Always do your homework, okay? First of all, you have to remember there's no secret to this business, okay? If there's a product that's very, very competitive, the commission is not 172%, okay? If the product is horrible and is double the price of everything else out there, yes, the commission could be 172%. Also, remember, final expense products with certain companies have a very, very high commission, but when it comes to traditional term and UL that's fully underwritten, they pay not even close to what a final expense product pays. Also, the number one don't on my list that I want to mention, okay, we get a lot of broken promises with this next statement. Always, okay, I don't care if you're teamed up with Levinson or ABC Financial, or doesn't make a difference. If their platform sounds so great, or their lead program sounds so great, or they're promising the 222% commission level, great, okay? You need to make sure you get it in writing that you can get released at any time for any reason. These stories we're hearing lately with these agencies handcuffing these agents to the wall for 6 months or a year, they won't release them. Okay, it's horrible. Chargebacks and debt. They go after these agents with attorneys. Make sure you get that in writing. Okay, if you get contracted even with one company, get it in writing. You can be released at any time. And if their platform is so great like they're promising, they will not hesitate to give you that release in writing, okay? So that is probably the number one don't that I want to bring up. Okay, and again, a little long-winded here. Let's move forward. Let's dive right in. I just get a little excited when talking about these things. I'm hearing a lot of stories, good, bad, in the beginning of the year, so I wanted to share what's going on and what we're hearing about from agents. All right, real quick, our top IUL carriers. Now, IUL, in my opinion, for the young professional, maybe the family just starting off, this is a go-to product. Comp is freaking awesome. Cash values are great, best we've seen in years. Okay, there's living benefit riders now built in. If you can get your arms around this concept, talk about a niche for young professionals for retirement, no brainer. Okay, this is awesome. Now, real quick, I'm going to mention we also have an exclusive scholarship platform. So with those carriers that have a red star, you get our scholarship program, no charge. So imagine this, you're talking to a young family, okay, just starting off, young professional, breadwinner, and you talk about how great having this IUL is for retirement and a death benefit and living benefits that are featured in the policy, and you're also giving little Johnny or Susie 1 year free scholarship. Okay, locally we have Lynn University, and then we have 400 plus colleges all over the country that you're giving to that client for little Johnny or little Susie or any blood relative. Talk about value add. There's no extra charge for this. The client doesn't pay any more for this. This is just an added benefit by working with Levinson. So along with the software, this is a great value add proposition for your clients. So real quick, Allianz National Life Group, which is also Life of the Southwest, Mutual of Omaha, Kansas City Life, all come with our complimentary scholarship program. And then all of those other carriers we have direct contracts with, so you don't have to worry about being under a GA who's under an MGA who's under an IMO, and by the time you get your commission payout, there's 8 layers taking out of your commissions or servicing. You have to go through 8 layers. So with us, we have the direct deals with all of those carriers. So great opportunity for you as an agent. And if you want to build your own agency and have agents under you, you have literally 10 to 20 levels under you. So plenty of room for as many agents as you would like to bring over. Okay, real quick, we changed our cash for contracting incentive. We now call it, instead of CFC, LFC, leads for contracting. And what this means, if you just saw any of those carriers on the previous page you're already set up with, and you say, well, I really want to move over to Levinson because of the scholarship program and because of this great IUL software I can use, no problem. You transfer the contract over to us. We match or beat your existing grid, plus we give you 3 free exclusive leads. These are all voice verified. So you move the contract, we meet or beat your existing grid, plus give you 3 free leads. If you do it with 2 carriers, you get 5 free leads. 3 carriers, you get 10 free leads. That's over a $500 value, okay? There's no skin off your back, no small print. We don't hold you captive. It's that simple. So if you're interested, we're going to send out a thank you email to everyone on the call today. We'll include that little form you can fill out and just tell us the carrier comp. We will match or beat it and send you your leads when the first app comes in. Unlock the power of IUL. Okay, so this is what we're talking about today. Now, this platform works. Okay, now, obviously, you have to get comfortable and know the ins and outs. Okay, and that's exactly what Tyler is going to go over with you today. But what I love about this platform, okay, if you're going to meet your client face-to-face or through a webinar or a seminar, they have a complete IUL presentation that shows why this is a clear-cut winner over everything else, okay, in the investment world. And they have a seminar presentation. We have e-blast marketing. And what's so neat, if you're selling over the phone or let's say through a webinar or face-to-face seminar, you can give everyone that attends your seminar or webinar a $500 gift card for the scholarship program with no purchase necessary. So if you hold an IUL seminar to talk about retirement at the local Ponderosa buffet next Wednesday, if you have 200 people in attendance, every single person gets the $500 gift card at no charge and no purchase necessary, just to listen to you talk about IUL and college savings. So that's a great hook for you. And I think after you hear with Tyler's presentation, you'll be a big believer in why the platform works. Okay, I'm also going to mention this. This program that you're about to hear right now is 100% free with us. So the way it works, okay, if you write one application that's at least $180 a month, okay, which is a tiny, tiny case, we pay for your entire month of the software access. If you're brand new with us and you've never written anything, the normal retail price is $199 a month, and we charge $99 a month because it's a co-op deal. We kick in half. So as soon as you start writing, and as long as you average at least $180 a month, this will be free forever for you. Okay, so take advantage of the opportunity. I'm going to introduce Tyler Randall. He's the VP of Sales with our exclusive IUL Sales platform. Tyler, you there?
I am, Bill. Thanks for teeing me up. Thank you for having me.
Yep, no problem. We appreciate you.
Terrific. Well, thank you all for taking some time today, and I'm going to bring on our presentation. Can you see the IUL Marketing Programs on your screen okay?
Yep, we could. Perfect.
Terrific. And can you hear me all right?
Yep, loud and clear.
Good. Okay, terrific. Well, thank you all, and Happy New Year to everyone. This is a great way to start the year to talk about how we can increase sales and revenue from IUL. And Stonewood is a company, just to give you a background, was built from Martin Ruby, who is an actuary, and he, crunched the numbers to determine, am I doing the right thing by saving in IRAs and 401ks? In fact, him and his buddies kind of took this on as a mission and determined that they weren't, and that there was a better way from a pure math and tax standpoint and future income standpoint to save and to produce retirement income, and that's through IUL. And so he started producing a lot of IUL business and was certainly sought out to speak and to talk about what he was doing. And so he ended up building a company and writing a couple of books on the topic. And so everything we're going to talk about today are things that are proven successful in selling IUL in the marketplace today. The first book that we use to market is called the New Rules of Retirement Savings, which is a 401k alternative. And this is kind of for the saver, for the clients that are saving for retirement, the under 60-year-old crowd. And the second book that Marty wrote is called the No Compromise Retirement Plan, which is really targeted for your 60-year-old that has saved successfully, has a significant amount of IRA assets, and we want to talk to them about converting a portion of those assets to IUL so that we can accomplish three things by both of these marketing programs and books: is to save on taxes in a significant manner, and sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars in taxes. Secondly, to produce more retirement income than a current qualified plan or IRA would do. And third, we want to reduce the overall risk in a portfolio. And so what Stonewood is built on is being able to deliver what could be a complicated sale in the IUL place and making it very simplified through our reporting and our point of sale reports that I'm going to show you here that you can use with clients in a meeting or to prospect. In fact, we have a lot of agents and advisors that just utilize these books. We have one success story down in Texas where a guy was doing 0 IUL sales and went to 400K target just from giving these books to clients and prospects, because it's about a 45-minute to an hour read each of these books. And if somebody will actually take the time to read it, they're 90% of the way to an IUL sale after they're finished. They're going to want to talk to you, and they're going to want to convert on an IUL product. So terrific marketing tools in and of themselves. We think a lot of folks out there used to be kind of risk experts or asset allocation experts, and that's how they defined their business. And then over the last 10 years, a lot of people became income experts, retirement income experts. But we really think the differentiator going forward is going to be taxes. And how can we save not just in a current year tax a few $1,000, but how do we save over our lifetime hundreds of thousands of dollars? And we're in a unique situation here with taxes being artificially low, and that we know that the sunset on this is about 7 years from now when tax rates are certain to go up. How do we take advantage of it right now? And so what we want to do is get in front of as many clients as we can and be able to make a very simple presentation around IUL. And so what I'm going to share with you is as a sample, and this guy's name is Jim Sample. He's age 62. He saved $1.5 million in an IRA. How can we help Jim tax diversify his portfolio? Because currently, for his portfolio, it is diversified amongst asset classes. In this case, they've got $1 million in AUM type product and maybe $500,000 in an annuity for some protection or future income. But it's all tax deferred. And what we know about tax deferred products is that every dollar that grows, the liability grows within that product as far as taxes, future taxes to the IRS. And so what we want to ask Jim is, would it make sense to take $500,000 or a third of this portfolio and convert it to a tax-free IUL? Could we produce more income if we did this? Could we save you in taxes if we did this? Can we reduce the risk in your IRA? And so what we do is we have a tool on our website that allows us to take this $500,000 and compute Jim's total tax liability. And we're talking about his tax liability over his lifetime. Pretty simple inputs. We assume a tax bracket. In this case, our tax rate or liability is 25%. We have $500,000, and we're going to assume that this $500,000 grows at 6%, and that Jim at age 62 is going to grow this $500,000 until he's 70 and a half. And at that point, he's going to start taking his RMDs. He'll take his RMDs until age 90, and then he's going to die. Okay, and that's a pretty common scenario for a lot of folks, to be able to grow it till 70 and a half, take your RMDs, and then when you pass away with the IRA, what's the tax liability on that for $500,000? Well, in this case, it's $380,000 and change. And that's an eye-opener for a lot of clients, to be able to see this in a very simplified manner, to say, wow, I'm going to owe $380,000 on $500,000. That's a tremendous amount of money. And so we produce a report for clients. It's called a potential impact report with all of these scenarios. It says, if I keep my qualified account, what is my current tax liability, or my future tax liability, excuse me. And we like to couch this as your optional taxes. And nobody wants to pay an optional tax. But the way it breaks down is you've got your RMD at $184,000. Those are the taxes. If you reinvest those RMDs, you're going to pay an additional $75,000 in taxes on the reinvested dollars. And when you die with that $500,000, or excuse me, whatever the value is, when you die with that account, there's $119,000 and change that is owed to the IRS. The minimum amount of taxes, or the mandated taxes on this $500,000, is on the right-hand column, where we say convert to Roth, and Roth is just a surrogate word for tax-free. But this is a compliance-approved report, so it says convert to Roth, and of course, in our case, we know this is going to be an IUL. So on $500,000, it's $125,000 of tax liability. And this is a significant savings. So over your lifetime, you're able to show a one-page report, or share a one-page report with a client that shows them their ability to save about $255,000. And we have a scorecard on our website. It's one of the most downloaded items on our site that just keeps this real simple to say, okay, Mr. and Mrs. Client, we wanted to talk to you about three things here for your retirement. One is, how much taxes can we save by doing some tax diversification? Can we create additional income? Can we lower overall risk? Well, we just showed you a simple report that shows we're going to be able to save you about $255,000 in future taxes by converting a portion of your IRA. And if you all on this call assume that tax rates are probably going to go up in the future, that number could be worse if we don't convert sometime in the near future, in the next 7 years, or maybe in the next couple of years. So the next question is, can we create additional income if we convert that $500,000 from an IRA to an IUL? And so what we run on our software is the ability to take their current qualified account assuming again a 6% rate of return, and this isn't, the rate of return can be whatever you're comfortable with. This is just this example. And we do a 25% tax liability. So the $500,000 grows to $684,000 at age 74. And then we want to say, what is the maximum amount that we can take from this account each and every year and deplete the account by age 100? So we're not doing a reasonable withdrawal rate of 4 or 5%. We're just saying, what's the maximum we can take and deplete the account by age 100? And so in this example, it's $41,000, and we know that that amount is fully taxable. So we're going to have to net something less than that, and it's about $30,000 and change, for a total of about $912,000 bucks. And it's a great income plan, but we want to compare this income plan to an IUL. So if we convert to an IUL, what does that look like for the client? And in this case, they've got less premium, $375,000. It grows to a smaller amount, $543,000. But we know that when we generate an income, it's going to be completely tax-free for this client. So in this example, they're able to net $48,000 a year, and the total distributions over their retirement years is $1.4 million. So these reports are both, again, you see the small print at the bottom. These are compliant approved. So you're able to share with a client, here's the income tax we can save if we convert a piece of your qualified account to an IUL. And here's the income we can generate in your current plan if you stay the course with what you're doing, or if we convert to an IUL, here's the income we can generate. And so very significant, almost $500,000 in additional income by converting this piece of the IRA to an IUL because of the tax-free nature. So we like to use this scorecard to say, okay, we've saved $255 in taxes, and now we are able to create about $492,000 in additional income for you, Mr. and Ms. Client. And the last part of it is, how can we reduce the overall risk in your portfolio? And so we want to share with them a quick indexing chart. This is the last 17 years in the S&P, about to be updated for 2018. But we had some pretty significant events here. And if you're doing any indexing in your practice today, you've seen charts like this where the S&P averages about 5.4%. And we know that with the index, we have a floor to what we see in a bear market, a lot of zeros instead of minus 22s and minus 37s. And the indexer actually returns 6.5%. So a terrific way to reduce overall risk and still participate in a meaningful way in the market. And some people may say, well, you cherry picked a pretty rough year. We also like to show what the indexer has done in rolling periods since 1997, when indexing really came onto the scene. And typically we've averaged around 7%. The outlier would be 2000 to 2009, where the S&P, as you all know, was a lost decade and did a negative 1%. The indexer did 5%. So we like to take both of these scenarios and show a client, here is a way to meaningfully reduce the risk to your retirement and your retirement income by using an index universal life, putting a floor on the investment. And we've participated very nicely over the last 17 years as it compares to the S&P. And even in a worst case scenario, we're doing a positive 5% versus a negative 1%. And so we think we've hit our scorecard. The three things we wanted to accomplish with you is reduce your overall taxes on this IRA, create additional income, and reduce overall risk. And we do it in a real simplistic way that we think, instead of a 30-page illustration that you're putting in front of a client, you use our software, you're able to put a report in front of them. It's very easy to understand. They're saving taxes, they're creating additional income, they're reducing overall risk in a very simplistic way. So the last thing, once we've shared that with a client, we always get this. It sounds good, but they go home and they Google you, or they Google IUL, and they find out, hey, these things are expensive, right? I mean, this is a very expensive proposition. And if you're looking at selling from an IUL, the first few years especially can be expensive. But we know that the longer someone holds this, the lower the expenses get. And so we produce a report to help you overcome this objection called our cost analysis. And we take an IUL contract and we run the average expense over the life of the client. And we have this in a compliance-approved fashion so that when you get to this point and you're going to get this objection, you can take this report out and say, Jim, we ran the cost for this. IUL and this plan that saves you significant taxes, creates additional income, lowers your overall risk, it's going to cost you 1.08%. And I like the way that stacks up against just about anything you want to compare it to. So the cost analysis report is to help you overcome the objections you're going to get. And all of these reports are available through Stonewood and the partnership with Levinson that you can help. What can be, they'll make it very simple. You put a client case in, you're able to produce an income report, a tax analysis report, and a cost analysis report that you can use in your presentations to help you close more IUL and help you generate more revenue from this type of a sale in 2019. That's really it. I don't know if you want to kick it back over to you, Bill and Joe. And
yeah, no. That was perfect. I want to mention just a few more things that me and Joe will touch on. But it's so important because everything that he just went over sounds great. And as soon as you get the client's attention, it's going to be a win-win sale, but there's a little hurdle to get over in actually getting the prospects, okay? So the IUL book that he just went over will literally get and make the sale for you, okay? We have agents now that buy those books in bulk, okay? It's a co-op fee. We pay for half. Joe, what's our co-op price on the IUL sales book?
Yep, so they're $5 a piece. With shipping, they total $7 a piece.
Okay. So at $5 a piece, that is the ultimate lead generator. Okay, so if you're interested in a copy of that book, let us know. In fact, what we'll do, if you are contracted with us, with one of those IUL carriers that we just went over, we will send you a free copy of. Okay, just send me an email, me or Joe. Just also let us know what you thought about the webinar, and we'll mail you a free copy of the book, as long as we haven't sent one yet. And then if you want to order more, okay, no problem. We can get you as many as you would like, and that's just a bonus of being part of the Levinson platform. So that's a big door opener for you. Also, the scholarship pin. We have these little pins made up that say, ask me about free scholarships. We have agents that walk around with those pins at the grocery store and during their children's basketball and soccer games, because it opens the door. And that's the perfect time to talk about college savings, right? Using an IUL to pay for part or all of college on top of the scholarship. So that's another great door opener. And then we have a library of IUL marketing material that you can start blasting out this afternoon. This is all free. And we can co-brand it with your picture and your information, and you can start using that 4-leg approach this afternoon. And then what I would do at the minimum, sit down tonight with your spouse and talk about why IUL is so great for young professionals, and then again, use the 4-leg approach and get it out there. Even if you get 2 people that saw the video, guess what? The following week, it's going to grow, and it will go to 4 and 10 and 50. And that's the way you're going to spread the word. There's so many different ways that we have put together for you. We'll show you in just a little bit. Joe's going to show you how to get free access to the platform, starting at just $180 a month of premium, which is a tiny case. Joe, show them the form, how to get access today, and then we have a couple minutes left, and we'll close out the call. Joe?
Yep, thanks, Bill. So real quick, I did a screenshot of CarrieLevinson.com. You'll see at the top in blue, it says IUL Sales Software. So go there, you can request access. Our marketing team will then send you the link to actually get access to the platform. There is a reimbursement request on that same page. So once you place that IUL policy, just go in there, click on that reimbursement request, fill out all the details on the policy, and of course, we'll reimburse you for that monthly cost. So a great platform. And just want to take 2 seconds. We see a lot of software, a lot of platforms, a lot of sales aids, on a daily basis. This has by far been one of the best ones when it comes to hearing agents' feedback and actually saying, hey, I was a little bit intimidated by the IUL product and all the different moving parts. this really simplified the process and helped me write more business. So it's just a great way not only to generate new leads, but those leads that you do have, those clients that maybe you were a little hesitant to dive into the IUL with, this is a great way to kind of make that introduction and dive in and actually dive into that platform and show them how powerful that product is. Also, real quickly here, I want to mention, if you haven't registered yet, make sure you register today, the 2019 Agent Expo. This is Friday, May 10th, 2019. It's at a beachfront resort down here in South Florida. This is an awesome event, basically full of sales ideas, concepts. We have our top sales aides, instructors, as well as our top carriers, underwriters. You get to meet everyone at the Levinson office and really kind of learn new practices, new ideas to take your business to the next level. So like Bill always says, we stand behind these meetings. I guarantee you, if you attend this meeting, which is 100% free, and we even actually pay for a hotel room or airfare based on your production, but I guarantee you, if you attend this event, you're going to walk away with at least 2 different sales ideas that actually translate into more money and more clients for you, even as soon as the following week after that expo. So a great, great meeting. Again, May 10th, 2019. In the email you received this afternoon, there'll be a link to register. You can also go to kerrylevinson.com, and right on the pop-up, there's a link with every single detail about the 19 Expo. You can register, see all the speakers, the presenters, and actually learn more right from that webpage. So definitely don't miss that event. Again, May 10th.
Okay, this is our second to last slide, and then we're going to let you go. So we're about a minute and a half away. I want to thank everybody for taking the time. We know how busy your schedules are, so we really appreciate it, especially in the beginning of a new year here. Okay, we put together a bunch of agent training events for you. I don't care what level that you are, if you're brand new in the industry or very advanced CLU, CHFC, we have something for everyone. Okay, remember the 4-legged approach that I was talking about earlier? The Agency Automator platform that's exclusive to us does exactly that for you. Okay, so Agency Automator, the CRM tool is built in, it's free. Website Builder is also built in. This is all free. Okay, there's no minimum premium, there's no nothing. It's 100% free. The only thing you pay for is $9.95 a month for the hosting, and that is it, which is nothing. Okay, this is a $2,000-$3,000 website with a quoting engine and built-in lead capture and a CRM tool, all at no charge. And so what we just added, we have a new virtual assistant VIP program that does all of the marketing for you. We have a bunch of updates and changes for the new year. We're going to talk about everything with Agency Automator tomorrow. Okay, so I hope you're on that call tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. If you're very comfortable with technology and marketing using CRM tools, and we have target marketing, search engines, real neat stuff. If you're comfortable with it, no problem. If you don't even know what CRM means, that's also no problem. I hope to see you on the call tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll be hosting it live with Joe and Kevin, our programmer. And then what we did is we broke down each tool. So if you're interested in learning more, the AssureWorks Target Marketing tool, every Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern, we host these live trainings. Every Tuesday, if you want to get your website up and running for free, okay, every Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday is the CRM day, same concept. Thursday is all built around prospecting and agent recruiting. So every day we pick a different tool to focus in on to make sure that you are comfortable. All of these trainings are on the Kerry Levinson website. If you click on the calendar, all of those webinars are right there at your fingertips. You can register and see what's coming up for that particular week. On the way bottom there, it says updated mortgage lead program. So we have updated our mortgage protection and final expense lead programs. So these are awesome. They work great. No, they're not perfect, okay, but there is no perfect lead program that exists. And everyone that says anything different, I promise you, is BSing you, okay? And I'll stand behind that because there's no perfect lead program. Ours works good, okay? I would say 1 out of 10, it's a 7. definitely worth a shot for final expense, mortgage protection. We made some great updates, changes. We're going to talk about it with the creator on the 17th. So January 17th, 2 p.m. Eastern. Okay, our last slide here, and then we'll let everyone go and have obviously and hopefully a great rest of the week and good weekend. We always like to end on a positive note, so I want to just mention a few things, and then we will say goodbye. So real quick, we are launching, and as I said earlier, you always have to innovate, change for the better, build. You know, every day we look at how we can help our agents get their foot in the door and how we can train and teach, right? I mean, we have here over 100 years of life insurance selling and marketing combined. So how can we share and spread the message? So we're launching our podcast in January called the Bill Levinson Experience. We are launching for the first time ever the Levinson Senior Health Division, all in-house. We're launching the first quarter of this year, so we're about 8 to 10 weeks away. I promise you that is going to be huge, as big, if not bigger, than we are on the life and annuity side. That's the Levinson Senior Health Department. Very, very excited. Life settlements is another big one. If you have any cases that the client doesn't need anymore and they're looking for maybe a cash payout because maybe they have other policies or maybe things changed since they bought the policy. Whatever it is, if you have a case, let us know. We can give you a ballpark offer to see if it's worth the client's time. We have a nice platform set up with a quoting engine, pretty neat stuff. And then the last thing, Sell While You Sleep. That is our, think Amazon platform, right? But with 10 different insurance products. So you can market this to clients and prospects. They'll be able to go on your own platform with your picture and your name. They can choose whichever product they want to see quote side by side. All of the quotes line up. Then they can click to purchase each product, one or all 10, and you get full commission, and it's 100% client driven. So that's launching the first quarter of 19. Never been done before, folks. First time ever in the insurance industry, okay? It's called Sell While You Sleep, first quarter of 2019. Very, very excited about that. Okay, and we'll end with this, and I know I've said this probably 3 or 4 times already, but I'm excited. I think this is going to be a great year for us. I want to make this point. You know, you hear about, CLU and CHFC, and this one has an MBA degree, and your competitor went to CE. They went to the state college here for their chartered life underwriter degree, whatever the case is, okay? What I'm going to tell you, and think about this fact for a second, 35% of billionaires today have no college degree. Okay, so what that tells us, if you have the heart and the determination and the drive to get out there and spread the word and know at least the basics of life insurance, you're going to kill it out there. I promise you. Okay, these days with the internet, there's no limits on what you can build. It's a different world now, folks. We're going to end with this. The moment when your high school teacher messages to say, congrats on making the cover, and it's the same teacher that said, you're a waste of time here. Heart, determination, and persistence wins the races, not GPAs. Folks, let's go out there, have a great week, a great weekend, and good selling. Take care.